Previously on Building Realm of Rides.
Did I just see that right? Saving Bark? The universe doesn't want me to do this. That's what the universe is telling me. Stop.
Whatever I'm gonna build here is going to be water themed, sea themed, or either that or just Egyptian. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode and possibly final episode of Building Realm of Rides. Today we are going to finish the park. That is pretty crazy, isn't it? Things like lighting, park signs, park maps, some operators, and possibly all the way over there a final coaster over the water. I'm not sure. However, let's go ahead and finalize this whole park. First of all, we have to fix the lights. Some areas have decent lighting like this, others do not. Let's go and fix it. This fountain over here definitely needs a spotlight, and maybe something nice and pink for this could be cool. Let's go ahead and slide that straight into the ground, see what happens. There you go. That is that's a fun detail. The only thing is that has to be off during the day. So then all of this seems to have decent lighting. Maybe some spotlights onto these trees. We'll just put one over here and tilt that upwards. Increase the range maybe. And how about a nice blue tint? And once again, off during the day. There you go. That's pretty sweet. Same thing over here, shining straight onto the Oh, wow. Dude, that looks really nice. It looks like a screen. Well, then let us go to the first area, the steampunk area. The ground here seems fine, but up top, that is dark as heck. We will definitely need some spotlights for these buildings. Very long range. And what sort of color shall we do? Maybe just a few different ones, like red. Then over here, maybe something greenish. Just to make this a nice color. Ooh. And a bit of an orange light straight onto the logo for Copper Climb. And the great thing is these spotlights do kind of fit in with the theme. There you go. I also can't really lie though, I don't care much for these parks in the dark. I like the daytime version much more. But I mean, it is worth taking care of just a little bit. There is also basically no light over here, so let's fix that. Seems nice to be able to see something over here. The air race, of course, needs some lights as well. Just shining onto the platform at first. There you go. Perfect. And near the back here, it goes through some red light. That's really cool. And just like that, this area looks pretty colorful at night. On to the next one. This also desperately needs some spotlights. Kind of a repetitive and boring part of this video, but it has to be done. We'll make this a nice fiery color like so. Maybe coming from down below, a reddish one? Like this? As if there's like, I don't know, lava down there. On the back of the castle, the same exact idea. Well, this is boring. There you go. This does look very nice. Putting them in between the trees is also always a banger. Look at that. And then a waterfall naturally means we need a blue one right there to really make that pop. Beautiful. One over here shining straight onto the trebuchet. Nope. Some final lampposts over here to add some lighting. And then inside the castle, a whole bunch of torches. I'm just gonna skip this whole step because it's the same stuff repeatedly. I'll be right back with you.
Eventually.
And well, there is the medieval area. All nice and lit up. I think that looks quite decent. Nothing too wild, but it looks nice. Then the Egyptian area is going to be a bit of a different story because the pyramid we can't really light up apart from maybe the top. Let's do something like that and then be done with it because we can't mess with the lighting inside of this pyramid, which is definitely going to happen. Over here we can of course put a nice light onto the entrance and then maybe on these statues a purple kind of light. There you go. It's pretty subtle, but I like it. Of course inside this ride are some purple lights as well, so it makes sense. And then behind all these trees also some purple lighting could be nice. We of course don't want the lighting to be identical everywhere in the park. Very unsurprisingly, the drop tower needs a big light just like that. Actually, I think that is pretty much it then also for this area. So then let's just kind of check around here. Everything seems to be pretty much in order. There are no super dark areas that need light. I do kind of like this to be dark, like a dark ride experience, except it's outside, making it not a dark ride. You get the point. So I think then as for lighting, that is pretty much it, which is good because this took forever. Let's go back to daytime. 5:20, there you go. And since all of these spots are on daytime only, they are now turned off, which is great. Every time it saves now, I'm terrified. On to the next step. This is going to require me to make a trillion different avatars, because here comes the fun part, putting all of the operators in place. Let's go ahead and place this first one over here to kind of welcome you into the park. There you go. And that times 1 million. To save myself some effort, however, I will put the same one over here as well and just kind of spread them around so it's not too obvious that we have copies, but this is gonna save a lot of time. In general though, what if I just place them all down and then replace them with other ones later? I think that's faster. Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing over here. I'm all for saving time, of course. In the hotel over here.
6.5 hours later.
I think I've got most of them now, except for the cooks, because for those I made an actual cook. So for these final ones, let's replace these with the cooks, and then those are the finishing touches for the characters. So well, and then I suppose on to the next thing. Guys, for this final fruit, the OG, the legend. Mango! A park such as this desperately needs signs. The kind of signs that point you towards areas, rides, that sort of stuff. So well, let's make something simple like so, on top of which we're gonna have a bunch of these arrows. And those we can just kind of point into whatever direction we want. For example, there, and then also that way. And then using signs, we can simply put the text on it. So time for some Photoshop. Opening Photoshop! First, we'll put on Egypt, because that's definitely towards the right. I'm going to use the same fonts I used for the logos, of course. And let's first do the areas. So we've got Egypt, then steampunk. And for that, let's do something like this, maybe. No, wait, this one. And then medieval as well. And then simply all the logos for the big rights that are worth putting on signs. So it's all the same. Let me just save all of these and be right back. Then over here back in the game, let's try this out. All we gotta do is enable transparency, and there you go. Just like that, we can just fill in every single sign until we've got the whole set complete. Over here, I've got steampunk, wait for it. There you go. And medieval. This is going to look so cool when it's done. I am scared of the local item limit though, because usually these signs don't do well. But so far, so good. And there you go. That's what I was afraid of. Please, anywhere, please. This game recently is doing everything to piss me off. Like, ooh. Well, I guess we can only do 5 at a time. So let's grab that and see where we can put it next. I'm guessing one in the corner over here, or maybe just in the middle. That could work. It's just that for each one, we need to fix the signs to say whatever it needs to say in this case. Exit, because that is towards that way. I also made one for the trebuchet, which is nice. Is it worth all this effort? I mean, maybe not, but it is a very cool detail, which really does spice it up. So, oh well. Let's put a next one maybe in the center here. I do kind of have to be mindful of which one I put in. I can't put everything I would like. So sometimes I'll have to choose between an area or a ride inside an area. Guys, this is the perfect spot for it. Yes. Let me just wrap this up and I'll be right back again with you. And the last one over here. This one doesn't make a lot of sense, and the same goes for this, but that's because I don't actually know what this is going to be yet. So we'll leave that open for now. Quickly in between, I just noticed something. What if we just grab this and put it over there? Because look at this and tell me that's not just made for it. How does it fit so well? That is, I mean, we could maybe do that, but then it... Look at that! Dude, I did just get myself stuck in here, which is less than ideal. Anyway, then really, I mean... This is the point. Wait, first I want to check something, because I don't even know if it has been saved in the meantime. Does it save it? Does it? Yes, okay, that's good. Now let's check how much we actually have left. Because I was gonna say this is the point where we build the coaster on the left, but maybe we shouldn't. Okay, here you go. So we have a little bit left still, like 14. Can we build an entire coaster with a station with that though? I mean, let's try it, right? We have to try it and see what we can do. And then hopefully that really, really wraps up this park. And of course the park maps, but that comes after. To start, first I'm going to use these bridge elements for the entrance. They look nice with a relatively low amount of pieces. I'll then make this a nice curved path, which is going to serve as both the entrance and the exit. Towards the end here, it goes up just ever so slightly. And then, well, here goes the entrance. Am I happy I made this hollow? Imagine if it wasn't. Somehow I do have to find a way to make this nice and yet simple at the same time. I mean, I suppose pillars are always bangers. One in the middle as well. So one is the entrance, the other is the exit. And then inside here, my original idea was this bad boy. Mostly just because I never really built one of these and they look cool as heck. Now let's see, which way is it gonna go at all? I'm guessing first just that way. This really is gonna be super cramped. That's crazy. I guess this? No, this. Then after the station, it is going straight up. Well, not that straight. Hey, wait, but that's new. Huh? Why did it do that? Wait, it copies the previous one. That could be useful. For now, though, we do want to have a normal chain lift, I guess. Never mind, that's not true. We need to go straight first. So I do have a pretty cool idea, I guess, but I just don't know if it's gonna work. Essentially, we'll just do this, like, in between the two pyramids. Okay, this over here is super whack, but let me just first try that lift hill because I don't even know if it even fits in the first place. So let's go and try that out. So first we'll just go straight like this. Very nice, very boring. Just a bit of a nice view over nothing. Then we reach this and let me just see if this... Oh, that fits easily. That's nice. And then I mean, I've never built these. I have no idea how you're supposed to build them. But I've just tried something here. Let's see what this looks like. Alright. Drop is decent. A bit slow, I would say. Dude, if you delete a piece now, it stays in the original position. That's amazing. Allow me to just try some stuff and make a layout. Try to make a layout. And I'll show you in just a bit. Well, would you look at that? I can do two things right now. I can show you the POV in this video right now, or I can show you in the final POV video. And you know what? I think I might just do that because then there is some sort of surprise left. I will tell you now though, it is actually quite decent for the amount of time I spent on it. It is pretty compact as well, so I'm actually quite happy about it. However, we still need to do the station, so let's fix that right now. First, gotta split these up into an entrance and an exit. Something like this, where this is basically just the entrance. Then you get out on the other side, you go down in here underneath the track and then back up through that. So we're just gonna have to make that look a bit nicer. We'll add some stairs down here and there. So now it is just a really simple looking corridor. And then, well, in here, this is the station. First, we need the whole room to be nicely sealed off somehow. So let's begin with arches. I suppose we could put like an entire row here for some fun detail. Absolutely loving these yellow and black stripes as well. And on the back here, I'm gonna put the illusion of an operator stall because why not? Why would I build the actual thing if I can just pretend? Famously, the tiny little gates that we simply need to align with the seats, and then maybe some extra arrows so it's not too bland. And then that's it. Then we need a ceiling on this because it's completely open. Let me start with the basics, some simple supports on the walls, and then the ceiling itself right up until there. That is the ceiling filled in. It looks a bit weird over there, but that's because the angle of the pyramid doesn't allow for much interior space, but it should be fine. Then what is very important are some fat supports. And in this case, hanging supports, just like this. And then we can just kind of copy them over a few times like that. So it's basically hanging from the ceiling. And for a finishing touch, some pillars on the sides. And on those, of course, we're gonna hang some lanterns. Then quite possibly another spotlight on top with purple light. Yes. Okay, so it is pretty simple. It's nothing crazy, but I think we should... Whoa. I think we should keep it at this because I also kind of want to add supports. The coaster looks pretty bad right now. And so we can always add some more later if we can. For now, the supports. Or actually, let's first go and open this up like that. That's simple, but works. An identical thing on the other side, like so, the front. And then now, actually, the supports. Let's see, we'll begin with the brake run, I suppose. It's a nice place. First, delete the originals. And of course, you already saw this coming. I am definitely gonna borrow these. Maybe for these, however, a wooden texture could be cool. Of course, it's not actually wooden, it's just painted. For inverted coasters, however, they do usually tend to look a tad different, like that. Well, you basically know how this works. And since it is inverted though, at the top it has to look something like this, so it can nicely go around. And just like this, we're gonna fill the whole bloody coaster. What do you think the chance is we can finish the whole coaster like this within the data limit? I am starting to doubt if it's possible, but obviously I'm not gonna show the whole process of this because it's boring. One last time today, guys. I will be right back with you. Dude, this slaps. Holy shit. Oh, I kind of made this just, well, you know how. But how did this turn out so cool? Like, I wouldn't say this is better than the Aztec area would have looked, but dude, it is a good compromise. I actually don't know how much space I still have left right now. Depending on that, we're gonna maybe add some more stuff, and the park maps, of course, also still need to be done. However, I am not going to do that in this episode because I think it's nice if the final tour still has some surprise to it. Otherwise, you've basically already seen everything anyway. So that means that this video is now pretty much wrapped up. I'm gonna make the final details of the coaster and the park maps off screen, and then, I mean, that's it. That is Realm of Rides. Crazy how long this took, but also crazy how far it's come. Like, wow. Too bad the medieval area kind of ruined everything. But let's be real, it kind of makes sense. There have to be like 1,000 bricks in this. Anyway, let's make our way back to the entrance, and then I guess that is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. Then I hope I'll see you in the next and final episode of I ruined it again. Of Building Realm of Rides. Okay.